Hello Internet, welcome to jamiljiral. I am Jamil Silva and we're talking about the menu system for the Nikon D750. And I'm gonna have to split those episodes because this custom setting menu is the longest one, and the first part, the part A, took me I think 15 minutes, and I want those videos to be shorter. I don't want them to be longer than 15 minutes. So let's talk about the B part, which is metering and exposure. Well, let's press OK. We have here the first option is B1, ISO, sensibility, step value. If I press OK, I have the option for 1/3 step and half step. What it means? In my case, I have chosen the 1/3 step. Well, we're talking about ISO. So if you choose I have to stop, it means that, for example, if you have 100 ISO, the next option you're going to have is 200, the next option will be 400, and it will move in one stop of light. And if you choose 1/3 step, you will have steps between the full stops. For example, instead of going to 100 to 200, you're going to have 140, I don't remember the exact number, 160. Instead of going to 200 and 240, 1/3 step will go to, for example, 250 and 320. In my case, I chose 1/3 stop because I can slightly adjust my ISO without having to adjust a full stop of light. The next option is B2, EV steps for exposure control, which is almost the same for ISO, but here it's gonna involve the aperture and shutter speed. If you press OK, you have 1/3 step and a half step, and the same way, if you choose a half step, you're gonna move one full stop of light. But if you choose a 1/3 step, the camera will choose either the aperture or the shutter speed in half values until you get to the full stop of light. And I think it's good to have these little increments before you can adjust a full stop of light. You have options. Okay, now the next option that we have is B3, easy exposure compensation. In my case, is off. Well, when you turn on this option, it will not work in the button for this anymore, but we'll use other buttons to change it. For example, if you are in aperture priority or shutter speed or MP mode, you will change exposure compensation using the front or the back dials. And I like this to be off because once you turn it on, the easy ISO compensation button will be off. So I like this to be off, and I like to use the proper button for that. The next part we have B4, which is matrix metering. In my case, it's on, and if I press OK, I have the option for face detection on and off, face detection off. Well, it's quite handy because if you are taking pictures of people, the camera will try to expose for the skin, and I think this is what we want. We want it to match. The skin is the most important thing. The people is the most important subject in our photography. But of course, if you are taking pictures, for example, of landscapes, then you don't need this option. You may turn it on and off. But if you leave it on, it won't cause you any problems. And if you see that it's something wrong, you go there and turn it off. The next option here is B5, center-weighted area. Let's press OK. And we have the option to choose 8 millimeters, 12, 15, 20 millimeters, and the average. Well, in the metering system here in the camera, we have average, we have spot metering, you have centered, weighted. When you choose the spot metering, you're gonna choose the size of the measurement using spot metering. You can choose 8, 12, 15, and 20. Of course, if you choose 20, you're going to have more space so that the camera can meter exposure. If you choose just 8 millimeters, the camera will use just a little dot to measure exposure. It will be very specific in exposure, very specific. And very, okay, now the next option that we have here is B6, which is fine-tune optimal exposure. Well, this is another kind of automation that the camera will perform. If you press OK, it will come up a message saying that this this configuration won't be reset. By the two buttons, exposure compensation icon is not displayed. Yeah, it will not display the compensation button because the camera will compensate it for you. The camera will automatically do that. And as I don't want the camera deciding things like that for me, I would rather have this off, which is in my case it's off. Okay, well. Now let's go and talk about the next option.